Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's the second season. I'm Dave Williams, along with Jackson Lightcap Jackson. Second season coming up. It's NCAC tournament play tonight. Quarterfinals here at Wittenberg. The Tigers going to take on the Battling Bishops of Ohio Wesleyan.
Yeah, and when you look at the NCAC, such a tough conference. Wittenberg earning the 3 seed, Ohio Wesleyan earning the 6 seed. And the NCAC tournament is so important for both of these teams because if you want to keep your postseason hopes and your NCAA Division III hopes alive, you've got to come away with a conference title in the NCAC. It's win or go home for both of these teams.
Wittenberg finished 11-5 in conference play this year. Ohio Wesleyan 8-8. Jackson, why don't you tell us who else is playing tonight and who plays Friday, winners of games?
Well, the winner of Kenyon versus Wabash will take on the winner of Oberlin versus Denison. And then in this game, Ohio Wesleyan versus Wittenberg. Winner will move on to take on DePaul and Worcester.
The only other game that started before this one, now our game's obviously going to tip off at 6. Oberlin and Denison tipped off today at 5:30. We've got a doubleheader because after our game, we'll have the women playing tonight. And, of course, they finished in a trifecta. They finished in a 3-way tie for first place with, of course, Ohio Wesleyan and DePaul. And how about the Wittenberg women? You know, they lost that tough game to Denison a few weeks ago, but then they went on the road and beat an Oberlin team that usually gives them trouble, and then they beat Ohio Wesleyan on senior day, when if Ohio Wesleyan would have won it last Saturday, they would have clinched first place.
Yeah, and when you look at Wittenberg and the women's team, you want to be playing your best basketball around this time of season. That heartbreak loss against Denison a couple weeks ago, Dave, you and I were here for that game, and it was a heartbreak. And I even mentioned at the end of the broadcast, there's a two-way street now. You can let this derail your season, or you can bounce back. And Wittenberg, the Lady Tigers, they did it on the road. They did it the hard way.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, you could have went in the tank, or you just pull your bootstraps up and go, and like you said, and that's what the women did. They went to work and won their last few games. Hey, let's take a look at the starting lineups today. First, for Mike DeWitt's Battling Bishops, they ended up 11-14 on the regular season, 8-8 in conference play. Starting in a wing, 6'3" from Cleveland, David Rice. We'll give you their point per game averages when they get introduced before the game. Starting at a guard, Henry Hinkle from Powell High School, or Powell, Ohio, I should say, Olentangy Liberty. He's a 6'1" junior. Isaac Ward plays at wing, 5'10" from Circleville. Jesse Battle, 6'2" from Gahanna. He is also a wing. And then Tony Carter, a senior post player, 6'8" from Cleveland. For the Wittenberg Tigers, as always, Jeff Queen will start at a wing spot. He is a senior from Cincinnati, Ohio. Cameron Harrison plays a guard slot, a junior from Eaton, Ohio. Trey Killens, he is a straw that stirs a drink. He is a point guard, 6'1" from Cincinnati, Ohio, a junior. Eddie Brown, sophomore from Lewis Center, Ohio. And Daniel Asher, the senior post player or forward, 6'7" from Indianapolis. He is starting at a forward slot. So we're about ready to get started here, Jackson. And second, this is the fun time of the year when tournament basketball plays. High schools are into the tournament now. Now the colleges are getting into the tournament, at least Division III. And really, once the Big Ten and all the other tournaments start, I tell you, it's a great time of the year.
It's a great time of the year, but I like to call it a bittersweet time of the year because that also means it's towards the end of basketball season. And who doesn't love basketball?
I know.
Especially this time of year.
Oh, it's great time. It's kind of rivals September to me because September you've got high school football going, college football, pro football starting, and baseball winding down. But this time, oh, man, all the great college basketball. And how about Caitlin Clark last week? Needed 8 points to set the record, took her 2.5 minutes. That young lady's something else. Our national anthem. All right, welcome back here to the campus of Wittenberg University in Springfield, Ohio. I'm Dave Williams. That's Jackson Lightcap. Jackson Wittenberg won both games this season. Way back in December on the 2nd, they beat Ohio Wesleyan at Ohio Wesleyan. Delaware 85-80 went overtime. And then a month ago today, it was January 20th, Wittenberg won here 81-67.
Trey Killens with 39 points in that first game for the Wittenberg Tigers. And in that second game, you could tell that Ohio Wesleyan and the Battling Bishops, they certainly focused a lot more on Trey Killens. Cameron Harrison put up 30.
David Rice being introduced. He averages 9 points a game. Henry Hinkle being introduced. Henry averages 18.8 points a game. He is their leading scorer. Isaac Ward being introduced. He averages 10.7 points per game. They have 3 players averaging in double figures also. Jesse Battle averages 10.4 points per game. And then the big man, Tony Carter, averages 7.5 points a game. He is 6'8". Mike DeWitt's the head coach. And now Matt Croce and his Wittenberg Tigers. Matt, 8th year here at the helm. Jeff Queen averages 8.7 points per game. Cam Harrison averages 10 points per game. Trey Killens, 19.2 points per game. Eddie Brown, 7.5 points per game. And Daniel Asher, 6.2. I don't know, I'm sure you've heard this before, Jackson, but Matt Croce was player of the year in the NCAC when he played here. Then he coached at Kenyon. He was coach of the year in the NCAC when he was coach at Kenyon. And, of course, he's won that honor when he's coach of the year at Wittenberg. So he's won 2 coach of the years in the NCAC at different colleges, and he was a player of the year when he played. So pretty amazing.
Such a terrific player. And, Dave, the key, the difference maker in this game for the Wittenberg Tigers, I'm looking at Jeff Queen. Jeff Queen, a player who shoots 40% from beyond the arc. He shoots 45% from the field. As you mentioned, 8.7 points per game. Ohio Wesleyan, they've already seen what Trey Killens can do. Cameron Harrison, they've already seen what he can do as he broke the 3-point record in a single game the last time they played here at Wittenberg University. A lot of the defensive focal points and a lot of the focus for Ohio Wesleyan is going to be on Killens and Harrison. That should leave Jeff Queen wide open. If he can knock down his shots, it's going to be a good night for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was David. Cam hit 7 or 8 that day. He was amazing. Eddie Brown going to jump up against Tony Carter, and the tip goes to Ohio Wesleyan. Running it down, Jesse Battle. Jesse Battle over to Henry Hinkle. Henry with the basketball, guarded by Trey Killens. Into Tony Carter. Tony Carter going to take a 3 from left. No good. Rebound, Jeff Queen.
Wittenberg, they got to find a way to do the little things there. You could tell the box outs down low, especially from Daniel Asher. Another factor, another player who's going to have a big game. Him and Dawson Scott coming off the bench.
Trey Killens with the basketball. Game just underway. We've played 30 seconds. First half here at Pam Evans Smith Arena. We'll get doubleheader tonight. Women will also play after. Daniel Asher's fouled. Picking up the foul, there's David Rice. So Daniel Asher going to go to the line for 2, where Daniel on the year, 71% free throw shooter.
A miscommunication there for Ohio Wesleyan as it was a pick and roll. Great execution there by Daniel Asher, and Harrison with the eyes. Again, we talk about Harrison drawing some attention because of the 30-point performance he had in the last time they played Ohio Wesleyan. He was double teamed there. When you draw a double team, you're going to leave one of your teammates wide open, and in that case it was Daniel Asher who gets fouled, goes to the line.
Got hit the first free throw, nothing but net. Second free throw, same thing. Tigers on top 2-0, 19-23. Left to play in the first half. You're listening to Wittenberg Sports on Wittenberg Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports. Glad you're with us again. I'm Dave Williams, along with Jackson Lightcap. Got a double dip for you tonight. With the basketball, Isaac Ward, still with the dribble, out. Shot put up, David Rice up and in. David Rice ties the game, 2-2.
Looks like Wittenberg, they're trying to stop the interior and make Ohio Wesleyan shoot the ball, which could pay off in the long run. But that's now 2 open looks that they've had from beyond the arc, and they just stepped inside that one, nailed it. But 2 open looks. I'd like to see Wittenberg close out a little bit better here as this game goes on.
Pass underneath Daniel Asher. He missed a short shot. That was a great pass by Trey Killens. Daniel Asher just missed the 4-footer. Came up short, hit the front of the rim. Ohio Wesleyan can take the lead for the first time this evening. With the basketball, Jesse Battle. Jesse Battle starts a drive, picks up his dribble. Shot put up, Isaac Ward, good. Put it up with the left hand, hit off the front of the rim, kicks off the glass and goes through. 4-2, Battling Bishops on top. Eddie Brown with the basketball. To Trey Killens. Trey Killens back to Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown makes a move in the lane, shot up, bounces around, goes in. Nice flip there.
That's just bully ball. Eddie Brown standing at 6 feet, 6 inches, going up against David Rice, who's only 6'3". You have the height advantage, you have the size advantage. Bully ball, nice play there by Brown.
Nice drive in the lane, Henry Hinkle, but his shot no good. Good defensive pressure there against him. Trey Killens, boy, looked like there was some contact there. No call. We're going to have a jump ball. So the ball will be Wittenberg's on the alternating possession. In the Jeff Queen, still out there. There have been no substitutions yet in our ball game. Jeff Queen getting ready to inbound it. 25 seconds on the shot clock for Wittenberg. We've got 17:39 left to play in the first half. Eddie Brown to Trey Killens. Bounce pass, Daniel Asher. Back out to Cam Harrison. Over to Jeff Queen. Jeff Queen from right around the right elbow. No good. Shot off. With a rebound, Henry Hinkle. Henry Hinkle. 6'1". Doesn't look 6'1". Isaac Ward with the basketball. Isaac Ward makes a move. Now driving the lane. David Rice puts up a wild shot. No good, but he is fouled. I think foul's going to go against Eddie Brown. So David Rice is going to go to the line where he is a 78% free throw shooter.
Big coach Matt Croce not too pleased with that call. It seemed like the official, because it was the near side official that blew that whistle. I think Croce didn't feel like that official had the view. He's let him hear it down on the sideline. I thought that was good defense from Eddie Brown, but might have just gotten tangled up just a tad.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, free throws coming up for David Rice.
And he hits the first one, nothing but net. Again, 78% free throw shooter. David Rice. Second free throw on the way, up and in. So Ohio Wesleyan back on top, 6-4, 17:08 left to play first half. Eddie Brown, Cameron Harrison. You know they're going to be paying attention to Cam this game. Daniel Asher in the lane. Turnaround shot, up's not going to count. They've called an offensive foul on Daniel Asher.
And that's clear as day.
Yeah.
When you're down in the post, you have the advantage as the offensive player, but you cannot lower your shoulder. The moment you lower your shoulder and try to burrow your way down inside more, it's going to be a foul called 10 out of 10 times. That's exactly what Asher did.
Yeah, and that was a good call. There was no doubt about it. He did put his shoulder into him. Cleared space. Tony Carter with a drive. Goes up, dishes off. Going up for left. David Rice missing, but Tony Carter there with the tip in. 8-4 now.
First 3 minutes and 20 seconds, we've seen a couple lapses on the Wittenberg defense. They're just not talking things out. They're not communicating things out, but that will be ironed out as this game goes on.
Eddie Brown, nice spin move in the lane, off the glass, up and in. 8-6.
One of the more underrated players for the Wittenberg Tigers. He could score, he could play defense, he could rebound, he could do anything you ask of Eddie Brown to do. A terrific player for the Tigers.
Just a sophomore. Henry Hinkle out front to Isaac Ward. Isaac Ward starts a drive, stops in the lane. Dishes back out to Jesse Battle. Jesse Battle with a drive. Jesse Battle, nice dish off. Tony Carter outside. Isaac Ward, lefty puts up a three. No good. Rebound. Daniel Asher.
Wittenberg catching a break there. It was all set up by that pick and roll. And that's where those lapses have been coming. Wittenberg, they've just not been able to defend those pick and rolls. As first media timeout, as we're approaching it soon, that's what Coach Mike Croce guarantee you'll be talking about.
Jeff Queen, nice pass to Eddie Brown, but he couldn't put it away. Shot was short, offside the rim. Ohio Wesleyan with a basketball and a 2-point lead. 15:38 to play, first half. David Rice kicks it off. Henry Hinkle with it now. Henry Hinkle still with the basketball. Starts a drive, dishes out. Three-pointer on the way, Tony Carter, no good. Second three-pointer for Tony Carter he's tried. Hadn't hit one yet, but a nice offensive rebound. Jesse Battle. Tony Carter, bounce pass, nice pass to Isaac Ward, and he dishes back out. Three-pointer on the way, no good again. This one by David Rice. Here come the Tigers. Cam Harrison open for three. Yes, Cam Harrison. Tigers back on top, 9-8. They had to have nightmares about that last game.
And I'm sure that the nightmares are starting up again for Ohio Wesleyan. He's a player that you cannot let get hot, but Cameron Harrison, if you're a Wittenberg Tiger, you want him getting hot. If he gets hot and then you could feed off of him, Trey Killens, Jeff Queen, when he's hot, this offense is completely different.
9-8, Tigers on top. Three-pointer put up, and that one's in by Jesse Battle. So they're now 1 for 5 from beyond the arc, and they regain the lead 11-9. Trey Killens underneath Daniel Asher off the glass. Oh, rimmed out. Oh, but they called a foul. I don't think Mike DeWitt likes that. And I got to admit, I didn't see much air. Maybe they thought he got pushed, maybe?
I thought that I saw a little bit of a tug from behind. That foul was there going against Tony Carter, 6'8", senior forward from Parma Heights, Holy Name, from Cleveland, Ohio. I saw when Daniel Asher, that was a great move by Asher because he had the positioning.
That was a great pass.
A beautiful pass by Trey Killens, and right when Daniel Asher turned to catch that ball, it looked like from my angle that Tony Carter might have grabbed the hip just a little bit. It was slight, but I do think that's a good call from the official.
Absolutely, they call it. By the way, it looks like, let me see, looks like maybe Tyler Galuch checked in, or he's getting ready to check in. He's sitting down with the starters. So he's going to check in after the timeout. Looks like him, but let's see if anybody else is checking in. Yeah, it looks like Grayson Steery's also going to check in. So Grayson Steery and Tyler Galuch coming in the lineup after the timeout for the Tigers. On the other end, looked like Aiden Schmidt's checking in for Ohio Wesleyan, number 11. Also in the lineup, number 13, Joey Duke for the Battling Bishops. So here we go. Going back to foul line, Daniel Asher, where he's already hit 2 this evening. 11-9, Wittenberg down a couple. Daniel Asher. Free thrown away. This one he misses. Off the front of the rim, kissed off the glass, and fell off.
Good sized crowd here today, David,
yeah,
as well.
Yeah, nice crowd.
You can definitely tell it's postseason time and NCAC tournament play as well.
It's going to grow bigger, too. And second shot in, I'm sure more people are going to be coming in.
Oh, it's going to grow bigger and bigger today. We're going to see more people coming in once they get off work. It's also going to grow bigger over the next couple of years when you add John Carroll to the mix as well.
Yes.
A bright future for the NCAC.
Dawson Scott just checked in. Daniel Asher hit that second free throw. So Tigers down 1. Tigers putting a press on now. Ahead. Aiden Schmidt. Back to Jesse Battle. Jesse Battle back to Aiden Schmidt. Jesse Battle with a nice drive to the bucket. Reverse layup up and in. Nice play by Jesse Battle.
Once again, Wittenberg, that pick and roll, it's plagued them all game long. And it was another miscommunication there, that time by Tyler Galuch and Eddie Brown. Once they're able to stop that pick and roll and defend it effectively, Wittenberg, this defense is going to take flight, and I expect the offense to as well.
Dawson Scott goes up. His shot is rejected, but Tyler Galuch right there to pick up the rebound and put it back up and in.
True freshman, great awareness. You don't necessarily see that a whole lot by a true freshman, but Tyler Galuch, we've been saying it all year, he's built different and a huge factor for this Wittenberg Tigers team moving forward in the future.
He's going to have a great career here at Wittenberg. I don't think there's any doubt about it. Joey Duke with a basketball.
Hometown kid as well.
Yeah, Tony Carter, Jesse Battle. Jesse Battle. Moving on Tyler Galuch, now lost control. Man, he traveled, yes. Yeah, he lost his footing, fell down, got up. Actually, he's got a little bit of a limp. Let's hope he's okay. Nice player, but he just kind of lost his footing, fell down. And once he got up, and he had to travel, coming in the lineup, Reese Mitchell.
Great job there by Tyler Galuch applying the pressure defense as well. It wasn't he just lost his footing. It was the pressure from Tyler Galuch to make it tough for him to drive where he had to regather his footing, which he was not able to do so. Great defense and a turnover for Ohio Wesleyan.
Trey Killen with the basketball. 13 minutes left to play the first half. Ohio Wesleyan up 1. Trey Killens in the lane. Spin move up, off the glass and in. What a great spin move in the lane for Trey Killens.
What an incredible player and what an incredible season that Trey Killens is having as well for the Tigers.
His first points of the evening. It's Tigers back on top by 1. Now, last time they took a 1-point lead. The Bishops came down and hit their first 3 of the game. Henry Hinkle with the basketball. He starts a drive. Now we have a foul call, I think, on Grayson Steery. It is. Got his arm on him. So that's 3 fouls now on Wittenberg, 2 on Ohio Wesleyan. Coming in the lineup, back in the lineup is Isaac Ward. Also entering the lineup, Cole Metzler. He is a senior. 6'5" for the Battling Bishops. Henry Hinkle and Tony Carter go out. Pass inside. Joey Duke with the basketball. Joey Duke to Isaac Ward. Isaac Ward, the lefty. Nice behind the back dribble. Stops. Trying to make a move. Aiden Schmidt, another lefty. Three-pointer from the corner, no good. Trey Killens with a rebound. Here come the Tigers with the ball and a 1-point lead. Nice pass to Dawson Scott. Dawson makes a move, goes up for a shot with left hand, no good. Kind of a wild shot. That was good defense by High Wesleyan.
Great defense. I think that Dawson Scott was trying to draw the foul there, which can't blame him. Try to get Ohio Wesleyan in foul trouble early.
With the basketball, Cole Metzler. Back out. Bounce pass, three-pointer on the way from the right corner, no good. That one was put up by Aiden Schmidt and a foul on Cole Metzler. And I think he thought that maybe Dawson Scott had fouled him. But they called the foul on Cole Metzler. So now 3 team fouls on each team. And this is going to be is this a full timeout? It's going to be a full timeout. So let's take a break. We've got 11:48 left to play in our first half. And we're coming to you from Wittenberg University. I'm Dave Williams. That's Jackson Lightcap. Tigers on top, 14-13.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
Welcome back here at Pam Emma Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams, along with Jackson Lightcap. Lovely Vicki Williams not with me tonight. My wife usually accompanies to a lot of these games, but she's having shoulder surgery tomorrow. We got to be over New Albany by 6:45 in the morning. So
safe travels. Best wishes to Vicki.
She'll be
in my prayers.
I'm sure she's watching tonight on the internet here. All right, Wittenberg with the basketball. Cameron Harrison. Bounce pass. Dawson Scott out to Eddie Brown. Back to Cam Harrison. Bounce pass inside to Tyler Galuch. Tyler's going to make a move in the lane. Back out to Eddie Brown. Eddie now. Out to Cameron Harrison. Cameron's going to drive, put up a shot in the lane. He is fouled and he scores. Boy, Reese Mitchell was trying to talk the official into a charge. Official wasn't having any of it.
That's a good
Isaac
call.
Ward with the foul.
Isaac Ward got there just a little bit late. If he got there a hair sooner, maybe we'd see it going the other way. But I think Isaac Ward, he got there and got his feet set. I don't even think he got his feet set. He just got there just a little bit too late. And a great job by Cameron Harrison to be able to drive inside, take advantage of it. And just like Trey Killens, if Cameron Harrison's feeling it, it's a different Tigers offense. And Cameron Harrison now with 6.
Yeah, and he gets the old-fashioned 3 this time. Scored on a bucket, got fouled, and hits a free throw. All of a sudden, the Tiger lead at 4, 17-13. That's their biggest lead of the evening. Isaac Ward with the basketball. This one's going to go back and forth, I think, all night. With the basketball, Aiden Schmidt. Aiden Schmidt to Reese Mitchell. Reese Mitchell to Isaac Ward. 10 on the shot clock. Isaac Ward starts to dribble. Shot from right about the left elbow, in and out. Nice rebound, but an offensive foul on Cole Metzler, who pushed off to get it, and that's his second. Both on rebounds.
Yep, good call. Dawson Scott, you could tell from up here, was completely shoved out of the way. Dawson Scott would have come down with that rebound if he wasn't shoved. And good call there by the officials. Ball going back to Wittenberg.
Tony Scott, David Rice, and Jesse Battle. Good to see Jesse back in there, hopefully, so he didn't get hurt too bad. He twisted that ankle a little bit. Don't want to see any of these young men get hurt on either team. 17-13. Wittenberg with the ball in the lead. 10:52 to play in the first half. Cameron Harrison with the basketball. Oh, I thought he was going to take a 3 for a second. I think he just might have lost a little bit of control. I think he would have put one up. Grayson Sterry shot from beyond the foul line, no good. Rebound comes down to Henry Hinkle. Henry Hinkle over the midcourt line. Henry Hinkle starts to drive, puts up a wild shot, but he scores. Henry Hinkle averages a little over 18 points a game. You see why. That's a great drive.
Just mindset there by Hinkle. He knew it as soon as he crossed the midcourt line. He found a lane. He penetrated it, and you could just tell that he had it made up in his mind. He was going to get it to the bucket, and he was either going to score or draw the foul.
17-15. Jeff Queen going to put up a 3. No good. Rebound too long. Isaac Ward goes back to Isaac Ward. He passed it off to Henry Hinkle. Henry Hinkle back to Isaac Ward. They can tie it or take the lead with a 3, High Wesleyan. Henry Hinkle got away with a bad pass there. Henry Hinkle to David Rice. David Rice over to Jesse Battle. Three-pointer on the way. Jesse Battle no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds off of Wittenberg. Off Grayson Steary last. Ohio Wesleyan fans happy with that. Trey Killen's back in the lineup for Grayson Steary. Hard to keep Trey out of the lineup too long, Jackson.
Especially with what he's meant to this team this season. Not just the leading scorer, but give the ball off, the true quarterback of this team.
Henry Hinkle, nothing but net from top of the key. Three-pointer. And Ohio Wesleyan back on top, 18-17.
Another off-ball screen that Wittenberg cannot defend leads to an easy trifecta.
Nice dish off to Eddie Brown, but he loses control of the basketball. And knocking it out of bounds is Isaac Ward. Give the ball right back to Wittenberg. And that's another case where Tigers couldn't grab that rebound. It cost them. Ohio Wesleyan got the ball back, and Henry Hinkle dropped that three. Cameron Harrison, three from the corner. Cameron Harrison, his second three of the morning or afternoon. Evening, I'll get it right. 20-18. How about Cam?
That's now 9 points for Cameron Harrison, and Ohio Wesleyan isn't having nightmares and flashbacks to what he did last time they were played exactly a month ago here on this floor. Then Ohio Wesleyan, Cam Harrison, maybe he's got a vendetta or something against Ohio Wesleyan.
Jesse Battle with a three the other way, 21-20. Ohio Wesleyan back on top. Trey Killens with the basketball.
Both teams starting to heat up shooting. It took them a little bit of a while, and nerves all settled out. Yes, it's the NCAC tournament.
Good call there. I thought that was a good call. David Rice tried to bait the official into a charge there, and if anything, that would have been a flop. And they called a foul on David Rice. That was not much contact there, and he went flying back. In fact, at the beginning of the year, they were calling technicals when you did that. Anyway, Wittenberg now 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. Ohio Wesleyan 3 of 10. Eddie Brown to Cameron Harrison, thought about it. Gonna stop, pop, this is not a three. No good, but Eddie Brown with a rebound. Back to Cam Harrison, over to Trey Killens. Trey gonna drive, put up a shot in the lane, no good. Ball comes down to Tony Carter. Ohio Wesleyan with the basketball and a 1-point lead, 8:25 to play in the first half. David Rice still with the basketball. David Rice back out to Jesse Battle. Jesse Battle dishes underneath. Tony Carter, nice pass up and in. And Ohio Wesleyan with a 3-point lead. 23-20 now.
Beautiful pass, a nice post up on the inside, and you could just tell David Rice with that feed inside, put some velocity on it, had the positioning. Not really much anything Wittenberg could have done there.
Dawson Scott has it down low, goes up, shot way off. Had good position, just didn't use the glass at all. Did hit the back of the rim, but three-pointer on the way. Henry Hinkle missed everything.
That's probably a heat check as well. Hinkle and the Ohio Wesleyan, they were starting to get heated up. Maybe a bit of a heat check there.
And if that would have hit, it would have been great, but that didn't, for Ohio Wesleyan, that didn't hit anything. That was way off. All right, so we've got 7:39, 23-20. Jackson, it's going back and forth. This could be one of those games all night.
Yeah, and I think everybody expected it to be this game because you have the 3 seed versus the 6 seed. Ohio Wesleyan, they're 11-14 on the year, but this is a team that has not played to their as their record shows. This is a team that's beaten a lot of great teams, and they remember they did take Wittenberg to overtime, 85-80, and then they lost to Wittenberg 81-67 a month ago. But they were in that game up until right around the later stages of that second half. Everybody knew that this was going to be a dogfight. The team that's going to come out on top of this one is going to be the team that has to do the little things. And yes, I know maybe I'm preaching the choir here, but the team that are going to box out, the teams that's going to give up the ball, the teams that aren't going to take heat check shots such as Ohio Wesleyan just did there, is going to be the team that ultimately wins it. It's tournament time. It means a lot more. Both these teams, they need a win today, because if either one of these teams lose today, they won't be going to the NCAA Division III tournament. So you have to win your conference if you're these teams to continue on with your season. So Wittenberg, Ohio Wesleyan, a lot at stake. It's truly a winner-go-home scenario for these teams.
Ohio Wesleyan and Wittenberg, the winner will play the winner of DePaul-Worcester. And if Wabash wins tonight, they'll be hosting the tournament this weekend. If Wabash should get upset and Worcester would win, it would be Worcester. Jeff Queen goes up for a shot off the glass, up and in. 23-22. 7:20 left to play first half. Isaac Ward with the basketball. Mike DeWitt's team with a 1-point lead with 7:10 left to play first half. Henry Hinkle to David Rice. David Rice still with the basketball. Over to Tony Carter. Back to Henry Hinkle. Henry Hinkle throws underneath to Tony Carter. A lot of contact, no call. Ball goes out of bounds to be Wittenberg basketball. Seemed like there's a lot of contact there. Daniel Asher helps Tony Carter up. Good sportsmanship there. In right inbound for the Tigers. They can regain the lead with a bucket here. 23-22, 6:51 left to play. First half. Dave Williams, Jackson Lightcap with you. From Pam Evans Smith Arena on the campus of Wittenberg University. Jeff Queen into Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown, nice move. Goes up off the glass and up and in. Tigers regain the lead, 24-23.
Excellent post control there by Eddie Brown, not changing up his pivot foot and just ultimately making a nice move on a defender to create an open shot again. Brown, he's got the size advantage on the inside, showing it off there also with the footwork and the speed as well.
24-23, Eddie Brown now with 6. Jesse Battle to Isaac Ward. Isaac Ward makes a move, spin move. Still with the ball in the lane. Gave David Rice. Three-pointer on the way, Tony Carter. He's taking 3 now. He had to shoot that one. Shot clock was going down, didn't hit. Trey Killens back the other way, and Trey Killens got grabbed. My goodness. In the lane, I didn't think they were going to call anything at first. Maybe they were waiting to see if it went in. He definitely got grabbed going in, and he's going to get 2 shots. Trey Killens, 81% free throw shooter.
Wittenberg right now on a 4-point swing. They were down by 3, now they're back up by 1. Killens has a chance to add to that, and during this slight run that we've seen different from Wittenberg coming out of that media timeout a couple minutes ago, is that now Wittenberg is playing with tempo. They're controlling the tempo, which is something that they didn't necessarily do through the first 13 minutes of this game. The last minute or so, you could tell that coming out of the media timeout, they've wanted to run the floor, they've wanted to attack the middle, and I like that that's what Wittenberg's doing because it's catching Ohio Wesleyan off guard as well, and it's only going to wear them out the farther along this game goes.
Trey Killens hits both free throws. Tigers up by 3. By the way, both teams doing a nice job. Ohio Wesleyan's only had 2 turnovers. Wittenberg just 1. Now let's hope I just didn't jinx them here. And now we have a foul called on Trey Killens. Ohio Wesleyan fans get a little Bronx cheer. Ohio Wesleyan had 7 fouls on him. That was foul number 4 on Wittenberg. 26-23, 5:45 left first half. Henry Hinkle going to inbound underneath the basket. Henry Hinkle out front to Tony Carter. Tony Carter to Isaac Ward. Isaac Ward shot from the right elbow. No good. Rebound Eddie Brown to Trey Killens. Comes Trey Killens 1-on-3. Trey Killens goes up, missed it. Tip, no good. I don't know if Trey Killens wants to go 1-on-3 there.
I think Killens realized he was hitting too deep with it. Nobody around to try to kick out to.
And that was tall timber. Yeah, I'm really surprised he went 1-on-3.
Anytime you get Trey Killens, though, in the paint,
yeah,
I'll take my chances.
Henry Hinkle with the basketball. Drives in the lane, still with the dribble. In the lane, turnaround shot, 14-footer up and in, nothing but net. Henry Hinkle with a nice shot.
Just a nice move there by Hinkle to try to separate himself. That was great defense by Jeff Queen. Nothing Queen could have done there. Hinkle, just with the step back, was able to separate himself and drain the shot.
26-25. Eddie Brown the other way missed the shot. Good defense by Aiden Schmidt. Eddie Brown got it down low, but he couldn't get it to go.
And it looked like Brown might have been held on that left arm trying to go up as well.
4:38 to play, 18 seconds on the shot clock. Our last games of the regular season here at home. Glad you've been with us all year. We've certainly enjoyed calling the games for you. Isaac Ward with the basketball. Out top to Tony Carter, Henry Hinkle. Back to Tony Carter underneath, and it foul. I think that's a good call. Eddie Brown doesn't like it, but I think he got him with a body.
Yeah, Eddie Brown, he stepped inside, and obviously every time when you step inside, you have to have your feet set. And just like what we were talking about a couple minutes ago at the other end of the floor, Eddie Brown, he just got there a little bit too late. He wasn't able to get there, get his feet set in time, and I think that Eddie Brown was more upset with that call because he thought that his hands got tied up. It wasn't his hands. He just stepped in front. Good blocking foul there.
By the way, they called that a common foul. I thought it was going to be a shooting foul, but just a common foul. Henry Hinkle with the basketball, going to stop, pop, no good. Rebound, Daniel Asher knocked out of bounds by Cole Metzler. Cole Metzler's been active on the boards, but he's had 2 fouls and both on rebounds. Wittenberg with the ball and a 1-point lead, 26-25, 4:12 left to play. First half. I'm Dave Williams. That's Jackson Lightcap. Glad you're with us. Don't forget the women tonight. Second game of the doubleheader. They take on Kenyon in the quarterfinals on the women's side. Trey Killens, three-pointer, top of the key, no good. Rebound comes down, Jesse Battle. The Bishops can regain the lead. Henry Hinkle with a drive. Out, Isaac Ward, three-pointer on the way, no good. Again, didn't hit anything, out of bounds. Ohio Wesleyan now on threes is now 3 of 13. Wittenberg 2 of 4. Ball's going to be Wittenberg's out of bounds. We've got a timeout here. We'll take a break. 26-25, Wittenberg on top. We'll be back right after this.
I'm thrilled to be at Wittenberg at this time and place, as the university is perfectly positioned to welcome an esports program like none other. Wittenberg's impressive athletics tradition and Tiger Up spirit, mixed with a strong commitment to student success, will allow for a program that competes at the highest level while also caring deeply for each player, both personally and professionally. Esports at Wittenberg will not only be about gaming, but will also be about changing the game. Together, we will build a supportive, dynamic community as we bring our own distinct light to the global phenomenon of esports right here in Springfield, Ohio. It's time to Tiger Up. Let's go.
Welcome back here to Pam Emma Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams. That's Jackson Lightcap. Jackson, have you enjoyed your first season doing games here at Wittenberg? I know you did some of the football games. You've done some play-by-play. You've done a great job working color with me.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful year. It's been a wonderful year. Started off doing the production stuff, and then, you know, the wonderful people at Wittenberg University gave me a chance to hop on the mic. Scott Leo, Scobie as well. You know, I was able to call my first football game alongside with him. And, you know, all the wonderful people at Wittenberg, I've been able to build some great relationships, and it's been a wonderful year, and I can't wait for the future as well.
Yeah, you're a busy guy because you do a lot of high school games also, right?
Yes.
High school tournament just underway now. Girls been underway for about a week. Guys getting ready to start.
I got games lined up all week long.
All right. Daniel Asher with the basketball. 3:25 to play. Cal Bavinall in the lineup for Wittenberg. Bounce pass to Daniel Asher. Almost has stolen away. It is stolen away. Back the other way. High West and Jesse Battle out to Henry Hinkle. Henry with a move in the lane. Looks like he might have got away with the travel there. No call. Jesse Battle makes a move. Dishes off. Aiden Schmidt, three-pointer from the corner. No good. But Aiden Schmidt got his own rebound. Or was that Joey Duke? Excuse me, that was Joey Duke with the rebound. Now three-pointer put up. And the rebound by Cal Bavinall. And did they call a foul? I think they might have called a foul on Jesse Battle.
There were a couple fouls there. And I think the officials got one of them. Foul there will go against Jesse Battle. And it was just a common reach and foul. Bavinall had the ball in his possession. And when you have the ball in your possession, you try to rip it away from the defenders. And it looked like Jesse Battle, his hand was inside trying to grab the ball, but as soon as Bavinall turned his back, that's Battle's job to get his hand out, or else he's going to be called for the reach-in foul, and that's exactly what he was called.
Cal Bavinall only his fourth trip to the foul line, fourth shot, I should say, and he hits it, so he's now 3 for 4 in the year. Tyler Glutch comes in for Eddie Brown. 27-25. We've got 2:51 left to play. Tigers holding on to a 2-point lead. It's been back and forth this whole first half. I think the largest lead has been 4 points by Wittenberg at one point. I know Ohio Wesleyan's been up 3 quite a few times. 28-25, and now we have a foul on Cal Bavinall. And that's another one where why in the world are you fouling that far away from the bucket? I mean, I understand you want to put some pressure on. But that is foul number 6, I think. I don't think they put it up yet. Or maybe that is just number 5. Wait a minute, they put it up the wrong way. They put it up, I think they put it up Looks like on High Wesleyan, because I thought they had 8. Yeah. Anyway, here we go. Henry Hinkle, nice drive, going to get an easy layup. Boy, when he spots a lane, he takes it, and he is not stopped.
Hinkle, he's got that killer mentality, just being able to drive inside. He finds a lane, he commits to it, and there's not going to be anybody who's going to be able to run him offline. With it, when he gets that mindset that he's going to the lane, it's exactly what he does, and it's worked out today for Ohio Wesleyan.
Trey Killen's nice pass, and he gets the ball back, and now it's stolen away. Now the ball's loose on the floor, and we've got a foul on Wittenberg.
See, I don't know about that one. Both players were diving at the same time. When the ball's on the ground like that, it wasn't like Dawson Scott jumped on Jesse Battle there.
And they fixed the free. It's only 8 fouls on Ohio Wesleyan, now 7 fouls on Wittenberg. So going the foul line for 1 and 1 is Aiden Schmidt. Aiden Schmidt from the foul line is 3 for 5 on the year, so he hadn't been there much either. So 6 free throw on the year and too strong off the back of the rim. So Tigers get it, and they hold on to that 1-point lead, 28-27. That's the first foul, by the way, on Dawson Scott. Trey Killens with the basketball. Cal Bavinall. He drives, spin move, goes up for a short shot. In good basket by Cal Bavinall. He's limping. Hurt his foot coming down or something. Trying to shake it off. Wittenberg may need to get him out of there. But Henry Hinkle with the basketball. Henry Hinkle in the lane. 14-footer up short. Rebound. Cole Metzler can't control it, but it went off Wittenberg's head. Tyler Galuch bounced off, and Cal Bavinall is going to leave. Hopefully he's okay. He hit that shot, but he came down awkwardly. So hopefully everything is okay. 30-27 Tigers on top. Jesse Battle with the basketball. Dish off. Henry Hinkle. Shot up and in. Henry Hinkle, 30-29. Henry Hinkle, he goes down low, man. He may not be that tall, but he scores. Cameron Harrison. Minute 14 to play in the first half. Tigers up 1. Tyler Galuch in the lane. Shot up and in. Off the front of the rim, kissed off the glass and fell through. 32-29. Tigers back up 3. We've got 1:01 left to play in the first half. Been an exciting first half, Jackson.
Yeah, it's been an exciting first half, and it's been a dogfight. In the second half, it's going to be even more of a dogfight as well between these two teams. Again, winner go home, a lot at stake here.
Oh,
second half's going to be
great
fun.
Dish off Joey Duke to Henry Hinkle going right down the lane, and he scores, and Matt Croce does not like what he sees. He's going to call a timeout with 44 and 1/10 second left to play. First half, we'll leave it right here.
Now, here's the question. Is Matt Croce going to be content with this possibly being his final possession of the first half? Or is he going to try? Did he take this timeout to try to draw up a quick play to go for the 2-and-1?
Right.
Because you have 44 seconds left with the shot clock being 30 seconds. If you can get a bucket here and an efficient bucket running down the floor, coming out of this timeout with about, that takes up 5 to 6, 7 seconds, you're going to ensure that you have another offensive possession as well. So I think that may be why Matt Croce is taking this timeout, not necessarily for what happened on that previous defensive possession, but for what could possibly be a 2-for-1 opportunity for the Tigers.
Henry Hinkle already with 13 points. The one thing about High Wesleyan, they've kind of fallen in love with that 3, and sometimes that can hurt you. But it really hadn't hurt them that much. You're only down 1 point here in the end of the first half. Wittenberg with the basketball. 40 seconds. Trey Killen's going to drive. Trey Killens puts up a wild shot. No good. Rebound. It's going to be a foul on Wittenberg. And so they are going to get the ball again, but unfortunately, a foul on Wittenberg. So see who goes the foul line. Looks like Henry Hinkle's heading there. Well, no, they've told him Henry Hinkle is going there, but they told him no, it's going to be number 11, Aiden Schmidt, who's now 3 for 6 on the year. He missed that one just about a minute ago. But he can tie it with this one, and they can take the lead if he hits them both. Aiden Schmidt, they got a lot of lefties on this team. Aiden Schmidt, the lefty, free throw on the way, no good again. So he's now 3 for 7 on the year. So Henry Hinkle tried to go to the foul line. They said, no, we're going to, it's Aiden Schmidt. He came up empty again.
Now, if you're Wittenberg, about 4 seconds separating shot clock and game clock, take this clock down as much as you can. Leave Ohio Wesleyan with as little amount of time as possible.
Grayson Sterry with the basketball. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Grayson Sterry out to Tyler Galuch. Tyler Galuch making a move. Shot up off the glass, no good. First half comes, actually shot clock violation. Did not get the shot off in time. So Ohio Wesleyan's got 4 full seconds to work with. And they call a timeout, 32-31. Wittenberg up by 1 point. Tyler Galuch got the shot up, but didn't get it up in time. Shot clock went off.
And that shot clock violation, it's not the worst thing in the world for the Tigers because you were able to take the time down 30 seconds, leaving Ohio Wesleyan with just 4 seconds left. Now, yes, 4 seconds coming out of this timeout is going to be quite a bit for the Battling Bishops, but at the same time, 4 is a lot better than what it could have been 15. The shot clock violation, yes, that can sting for Wittenberg, but at the end of the day, only leaving Ohio Wesleyan with 4 seconds to travel the length of the floor and try to get a shot off, I think that it's not the end-all, be-all there for the Tigers.
Henry Hinkle to inbound. I'd like to see Henry Hinkle get it back, and here he does. I mean, he's got to go because that's the way he plays. Now he's going to throw up a shot from midcourt. Hit the back of the rim. Wow. Henry Hinkle almost hit one from midcourt, but the first half comes to an end with the Wittenberg Tigers on top by 1 point. 32-31. Now we'll go over to individual scoring, and then we'll take a break, and we'll come back right before the start of the second half. We'll give you the team numbers. 4, Ohio Wesleyan in the first half, Isaac Ward with 2. 4 each for Tony Carter and David Rice. 8 for Jesse Battle, and 13 for Henry Hinkle. He leads all scorers. For Wittenberg, Jeff Queen with 2. 3 for Daniel Asher. 4 each for Trey Killens, Tyler Galuch, and Cal Bavinall. 6 points for Eddie Brown. And leading the way at halftime for the Wittenberg Tigers, Cameron Harrison. So just got to get away to get Trey Killens going in the second half, and we'll see what happens. But it's been a good one. It's back and forth. So we're going to take a break. We've got, about 14:45, so we're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 12 and a half minutes, and we'll give you all the team numbers. But right now, Wittenberg on top, 32-31.
To rise above the competition, generations of Wittenberg Tigers have been encouraged to reach down deep for something more. More than skill or strength, more than precision or power, they were asked to do something extra, something beyond themselves. They needed to tiger up. Coined by a Hall of Fame coach and chanted repeatedly for decades since, Tiger Up serves as the rallying cry for championship teams and All-American performances. It calls us to greater determination and an unwavering spirit. To wear the red and white of Wittenberg is an honor, a tradition of excellence to uphold. So is the opportunity to Tiger Up. It's more than a phrase, it's a legacy that binds us, uniting us in victorious celebration and spurring us on to greater heights, even in defeat. Tiger Up echoes across campus, bridging the past and the present as we stand together as Wittenberg Tigers. With the trademark now officially ours, we embrace a new era where the roar of the Tigers resounds louder than ever before. And through it, we will continue to define what it means to compete at the highest levels, inspired by tradition and in full embrace of a promising future. Tiger Up.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
thrilled to be at Wittenberg at this time and place, as the university is perfectly positioned to welcome an esports program like none other. Wittenberg's impressive athletics tradition and Tiger Up spirit, mixed with a strong commitment to student success, will allow for a program that competes at the highest level while also caring deeply for each player, both personally and professionally. Esports at Wittenberg will not only be about gaming, but will also be about changing the game. Together, we will build a supportive, dynamic community as we bring our own distinct light to the global phenomenon of esports right here in Springfield, Ohio. It's time to Tiger Up. Let's go.
All right, welcome back here to Pam Evans Smith Arena. We're a little bit later than we thought, but got into doing some things, talking. High Wesleyan 13 of 33 from the floor, 39%. Wittenberg 11 of 26, 42%. Ohio Wesleyan 3 of 16 from beyond the arc, 19%. They still have one more three than Wittenberg, but Wittenberg's only taken 4. They're 2 of 4, 50%. Ohio Wesleyan 2 of 4 from the foul line, 50%. Wittenberg 8 of 9 from the foul line, 90% or 89%. Turnovers, Wittenberg 4, Ohio Wesleyan 2. And remember, I said it was 2-1. Ohio Wesleyan had 2 turnovers, Wittenberg only 1. And Wittenberg ended up with 3 more turnovers, and Ohio Wesleyan didn't turn the ball over again. So it's a good job by the Bishops. 4 points off turnovers for Wittenberg, 2 for Ohio Wesleyan off turnovers. Rebounding battle, Wittenberg on top by 1, 19-18. Offensive rebounds, though, doubled up for Ohio Wesleyan. They've got 6 to 3 on Wittenberg. Assists, Wittenberg with 9, Ohio Wesleyan with 6. Blocks, Ohio Wesleyan 1, Wittenberg none. Ohio Wesleyan 2 steals, Wittenberg none. Bench points 8-0 Wittenberg. Second chance points 7-2 Ohio Wesleyan. Points in the paint, close one, Wittenberg on top 18-16. So Wittenberg starting the second half, and they have a slim 1-point lead, 32-31, and the battling Bishop's going to get the ball. Start second half, Jackson.
How about this? 4 turnovers for Wittenberg, 2 for Ohio Wesleyan. Both these teams, they have taken care of the ball, and turnovers are going to play a huge factor here in the later stretches of this second half. If the Tigers want to win this one, they have to continue to take care of the basketball and vice versa with Ohio Wesleyan. And another thing I'd like to see with Wittenberg, find a way to stop Henry Hinkle, especially his drives. But offensively, I'd like to see Trey Killinge, Jeff Queen, somebody start to step up and complement Cameron Harrison.
I tell you what, Henry Hinkle's a fine player. All right, Ohio Wesleyan with the basketball, 32-31. Trey Killinge almost with a nice steal. Knocks the ball out of bounds, a pass intended for Henry Hinkle.
And that's something Wittenberg didn't do much of in that first half. 6 seconds into the second half, they're now starting to try to jump passes, which is something we're not used to seeing, especially from Wittenberg in that first half.
Both original starting lineups back in there. Now ball is knocked out of bounds off of David Rice. So good play. So that is the third turnover of the game for the Bishops, and Wittenberg will get the ball with a 1-point lead.
Wittenberg has already shown in the first 15 seconds of the second half that they're going to go more aggressive. One of their adjustments in the locker room was jumping the pass routes and getting more aggressive on the defensive side. So far, 1 possession in, and it's worked out for them.
Trey Killinge with the basketball. 19.5 minutes left to play in our ball game. Cameron Harrison to Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown makes his way in the lane. Turnaround shot off the glass, rolls around and in. 34-31, Tigers up by 3. This game's been so tight, the biggest lead for either team was Wittenberg was up 4 at one point, and battling Bishop's been up 3 a couple different times. 3-pointer put up from the corner, no good. 3 of 17 now from beyond the arc for Ohio Wesleyan. Trey Killinge, dish off Cameron Harrison, 3-pointer from the right corner, and Mike DeWitt is calling a timeout right now because he's seen this Cameron Harrison show one too many times here at Wittenberg.
Yeah, Cameron Harrison just with a little bit of space, and that could be so deadly, especially when you have a shooter on the outside, such as Cameron Harrison. Harrison, how about this? 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, 4 for 5 from the field, 12 points again, and this timeout taken by Coach Mike DeWitt. A good timeout for Ohio Wesleyan to try to settle some nerves. Momentum's back to Wittenberg's side, and I guarantee you during this timeout they're going to try to find ways to stop and slow down Cameron Harrison. Wittenberg, you know how you combat that? Open the doors for another player such as Trey Killinge and Jeff Queen. Again, if Wittenberg can get that 1-2 combo going with Cameron Harrison, or if Eddie Brown can continue to step up and play his style game with 8 points already in this one, Wittenberg offensively will be in total control of this game, and it's all starting to be set up from the defensive aggressiveness at the other end of the floor.
Cameron Harrison with 3 conventional threes, and then his other 3 points came on the basket and got fouled, so he had the old-fashioned 3. So he's basically scored 3 points every time he scored. And now the Tigers with their biggest lead of the afternoon, 37-31, or the young evening now. We're right at 7 o'clock. Don't forget, we've got another game following this one. The women playing the quarterfinals as they take on the Kenyon Owls. All right, Wittenberg putting on some pressure. Isaac Ward in the backcourt. Jeff Queen on him. 18:52 to play in our ball game. Wittenberg up 6. Isaac Ward with the basketball.
Big possession, especially for Wittenberg. If they can force a turnover, they already have the momentum. They can build off it.
Henry Hinkle, nice move. In the lane, he gets fouled by Trey Killens.
Killens, he did have his left hand down there and avoided room for Henry Hinkle to go to work.
Boy, the bad news is that's the third foul on Trey.
Just bad place at the wrong time there from Trey Killens. That's the right call, but unfortunate foul.
All right, David Rice with the basketball to Jesse Battle. Jesse Battle still with the ball. 13 on the shot clock. Jesse Battle going to put up a long three. Got it. Jesse Battle's hit 3 threes tonight. 37-34.
Big time shot there by Jesse Battle. Battle, he might be a little bit, he's lucky there he didn't get called for a technical foul, because as soon as he hit that, he went face to face with Trey Killens and said something to him. And luckily nobody saw him.
Jeff Queen takes the three, no good off the front of the rim. Daniel Asher and Jesse Battle kind of collided, and Jesse Battle went down. Jesse Battle was upset that nothing was called. 37-34.
Jeff Queen, he's been off tonight, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc, 1 for 3 from the field, or 1 for 4 from the field, I beg your pardon. But Jeff Queen, he's the type of player, once he sees one go in, he's going to have his rhythm, he's going to have his routine, and he's going to have confidence, and he can take over this game in a blink of an eye.
Well, Wittenberg with a 3-point lead, and they've only got, a few points from first. Trey Killens Tony Carter stepped out of bounds almost with a nice steal. Trey Killens only has 4 and Jeff Queen with 2. By the way, it's another turnover on Ohio Wesleyan. Now we have a whistle. I don't know what this is all about. Maybe there's something with a shot clock. I don't know. Wittenberg with the ball. The shot clock's at 28. So they inbound the ball to Wittenberg. So Trey Killens with the basketball. Again, only 6 points between Killens and Queen. If they get going, that'll really help Wittenberg. Cameron Harrison with the basketball to Jeff Queen. Trey's got to be careful, though. Again, he's got 3 fouls. Jeff Queen out to Daniel Asher. Shot from inside the foul line, no good. Hit the top of the backboard, comes down to Jesse Battle.
Talk about Queen and Killens only combining for 6 points, but Eddie Brown picking up some of the slack with 8.
Henry Hinkle sees the lane. Tony Carter, three-pointer from the right corner, no good. Tony Carter's put up the threes tonight. He is now 0 for 4. Tony Carter on the year hits 31% of his threes. Jeff Queen, nice drive, shot up off the glass, no good. Tony Carter might got a piece of that. 37-34, 16:45 to play in our ballgame. Nice pass underneath David Rice out to Isaac Ward. Three-pointer on the way, we're tied. 37-37. So Tigers had a 6-point lead, but 2 threes for Ohio Wesleyan has tied it. 37 all. Eddie Brown to Trey Killens. Trey Killens with a drive, stops. Over to Jeff Queen, three-pointer, left corner, good! He scores and he's fouled. He's got a chance for a 4-point play. And I think that was Jesse Battle picked it up. Let's wait and see. It is, that's his second.
The golden ticket there by Jeff Queen. And what was I just saying, Dave? He sees one go in, and it's a blink of an eye. He can take over the game at any given point in time. A chance for a 4-point play. This is huge for Jeff Queen to try to find his rhythm, try to find his momentum, and try to get his confidence back, because if they can have him firing, especially efficiently from beyond the arc through the final 16 minutes and 22 seconds, that's good news for the Tigers.
Well, he just finished off a 4-point play. Jeff Queen now with 6 points. Henry Hinkle with the basketball. Tigers up 4. Henry Hinkle, nice move in the lane, dishes out. Isaac Ward travels right in front of the official. Shuffled his feet.
Just a little bit of a stutter step.
And we were talking about the turnovers. Now that is the 5th turnover. They only had 2 in the first half. They've already had 3 within the first 4 minutes here. In fact, wasn't even 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 57 seconds.
And a lot of that's because Wittenberg, they've been amping up the defensive intensity. They've been jumping the pass lane, something that they weren't doing in the first half.
Eddie Brown lost control of the basketball going up for a shot in the lane. Ball back to Ohio Wesleyan. Ohio Wesleyan down 4. Now foul on Dawson Scott. Henry Hinkle collided with him. Let's hope he is okay. We're going to have a timeout here. 15:43 left to play. Tigers holding on to a 4-point lead You don't want to leave this game because I think this baby is going to be close the whole way, Jackson. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it's going to be a good game, and just like we were saying, both of us were saying back in that first half, it's a dogfight, and that's what you're going to get once you get into NCAC play. There's a lot more at stake, especially for these two teams that have to win the NCAC to get the bid into the NCAA Division III tournament. Both these teams, very, very good teams. They're playing their hearts out, and again, when you get a win-or-go-home situation such as this game, you get a lot more intensity, you get a lot more emotion, you get a lot more physicality, you get a dogfight of a game just like what we're seeing.
And, you know, it happens every year. You see teams that don't have that good a conference record, but they end up winning their conference tournament. And, you know, in Wittenberg and High Wesleyan, either one of these teams is capable of pulling upsets.
They're tossing T-shirts into the stands. I think that they need to toss one up here into the announcer's booth, Dave.
They'd have to have some good arms to toss it all the way up here.
Way up in the crow's nest.
You'd have to be have a Roberto Clemente arm. Best arm I ever saw. You're way too young for him. What a great player he was. Unfortunately, got killed in a plane crash on New Year's Eve, 1972. What a tremendous player. Roberto Clemente, Pittsburgh Pirates. And I know you're like me. You're a baseball guy.
I'm a baseball guy. I have seen some highlights. I wasn't able to watch him in person, but I have seen some highlights.
Best arm I ever saw. David Rice misses a driving layup. Eddie Brown with a rebound. Here come the Tigers with a chance to increase that lead. Trey Killens with the basketball. Trey's got to be careful again. He's got 3 fouls. Cameron Harrison. Oh, Eddie Brown was open for a second. Now they get him the ball. Eddie Brown makes a move in the lane. Going to go up for a shot. No good, short. Eddie Brown forced that one.
Yeah, he forced that one, especially with Cameron Harrison wide open on the left wing. Cameron Harrison, with how hot he's been, he hasn't missed from beyond the arc yet. Nice jump there by Dawson Scott, but Cameron Harrison wide open on the wing. Eddie Brown, that's why it's so important to dribble with your head up. Even when you're going to work in the post, make sure you have your head up so that you can look for outlet passes, because that could have been a three-pointer for the Wittenberg Tigers.
Henry Hinkle with a basketball. Spin move, and we're going to get a foul call on Cameron Harrison. So Henry Hinkle's going to go to the line, 88% free throw shooter. And he can cut this lead to 2, 41-37.
Good defense there by Cameron Harrison. Went for the ball, just got a little bit of the wrist. That's going to happen, especially when you're amping up the defensive intensity like we've been talking about that Matt Croce and the Wittenberg Tigers have been doing here in this second half. They've been a lot more aggressive on the defensive side. With that, one of the downsides with going more aggressive is that you are going to pick up more fouls, and that's certainly one of them there.
Grayson Steary comes in for Cameron Harrison. That's Cameron's first foul. Going to give him a little rest. And both free throws hit by Henry Hinkle. Boy, he is a good-looking player. 41-39. Spanling Bishop, not a bad ball club. I'm surprised they had a losing season. I mean, overall, they finished 500 in conference play.
Very tough schedule as well.
Yeah, Eddie Brown with the basketball in the lane. Tries to dish it off, and he is fouled. Now, I don't think that's going to be a shooting foul because looked like to me he was passing off.
That's what it looked like as well. It looked like he was trying to get it to the inside to Dawson Scott.
Yeah, and he went to the foul line, thought he was going to, but yeah, there was no doubt. I don't see how they could call that a shooting foul.
Now the officials are going to get together. They're going to look it over, and they will call it on the floor.
All right, Wittenberg with a fresh 20. Trey Killens out to Grayson Steary. Over to Jeff Queen. Over to Eddie Brown. Back to Jeff Queen. Back to Trey Killens. Trey makes a move, and he is fouled by Isaac Ward. Kind of grabbed him on the move. Isaac Ward didn't like it. That's his second foul. But, you know, you start grabbing guys, drives, they'll call it. Eddie Brown with the basketball. Fresh 20 again for Wittenberg. Jeff Queen with the basketball. Jeff Queen. Tony Carter on him. Jeff Queen. Shot. Up and in. Jeff Queen, a little 10-footer. There was a little contact. Got a little separation. He throws it in. Wittenberg back up by 4, 43-39.
Great possession there by the Tigers. Take a couple of fouls, put them on the board for Ohio Wesleyan. Then Queen being able to separate himself, create his own shot. Queen, he's got the hot hand. He's got 8.
Isaac Ward trying to move in, throws it out. Tony Carter, another 3 on the way. Man, he has had a tough night tonight on threes.
I think that was a little bit of a forced shot. Dawson Scott right there to disrupt his rhythm.
Yeah, 0 for 5 now. Tony Carter on threes. Tigers with a 4-point lead in the ball. Dawson Scott to Jeff Queen to Trey Killens. Trey going to put up 3, left wing, up and in. Trey Killens and Wittenberg with their biggest lead of the night, 46-39.
Trey Killens, Jeff Queen, Cameron Harrison all hitting their shots here in the second half. Name a scarier thing for Ohio Wesleyan.
Trey now with 7 points in the ball game. Jeff Queen with 8. Nice pass underneath. Jesse Battle. Nice dish back to David Rice. His pass off the arm of Dawson Scott goes out of bounds.
One thing that Wittenberg has been able to adjust on in the second half that was plaguing them in that first half is we talk about them amping up the defensive intensity and going a lot more aggressive on the defensive side, but they're not getting burnt by these pick and rolls. Remember, there were a lot of communication issues in that first half, whether it was on ball or off ball, and it was leaving Ohio Wesleyan wide open. That has not been the case here in the second half. Kudos to Matt Croce and his staff for making those adjustments, and the team in general making these adjustments here in the second half.
Joey Duke and Cole Metzler back. Long 3 put up. No good. Eddie Brown had to throw that one up. Henry Hinkle. Shot clock was going down. Cole Metzler and Joey Duke back in the lineup. Trey Killen, short shot up and in. About a 14-footer. Wittenberg up 9. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Jackson.
Slipped on the banana peel.
Yeah.
Nice job there by Killens. Again, attacking the lane with how he could finish at the glass. It makes that step back so lethal because everybody expects Killens to attack the inside.
Henry Hinkle puts up a shot. No good, but got their own rebound. Jesse Bowd's going to drive, and we've got a foul call on Wittenberg on the drive and for a shot. Tyler Gluch back in lineup for Wittenberg. So we got Grayson Sterry, Trey Killens, Dawson Scott, Eddie Brown, Tyler Gluch out there. Got Tony Carter, Henry Hinkle, Joey Duke, Jesse Battle, and Cole Metzler out there for Ohio Wesleyan. Tigers up 9. Having trouble getting the ball in bounds. They got to call timeout. Good defense by the Tigers. Nobody was open. Did they call a timeout? 30 seconds. Or did they call a full one? I'm sorry, it's full timeout. Go ahead.
We are in tournament time. You know the saying in tournament time, defense wins championships. And with how Wittenberg's defense has been playing here in the second half, they're wearing down Ohio Wesleyan. And that plays into Wittenberg's advantage because now they don't only just control the pace of the game, they also control the bench as well. When you look at Wittenberg's bench compared to Ohio Wesleyan's bench, Wittenberg has a deeper bench, and with Ohio Wesleyan being worn down over time, Wittenberg with the deeper bench, that's going to play a factor later on in this game, and it's something to start looking at as we approach the final half here of the final 12 and a half minutes here at quarter number 2.
Yeah, 48-39 Wittenberg with their biggest lead now at 9 points. It's going to be out of bounds to Ohio Wesleyan. By the way, there's 4 team fouls now on Wittenberg. 3 on Ohio Wesleyan here in the second half. And yeah, it was good to see Jeff Queen getting off, scoring some points, and also Trey Killens. Trey's up to 9 now. Eddie Brown's got 8. Jeff Queen, what's Jeff got? Jeff got 6 or 7. Let's see what Jeff has. 8. 8 for Jeff. And Cameron Harrison has 9, correct?
12.
Oh, he's got 12. That's right. What am I thinking? He's got three regular threes and then an old-fashioned 3. So he's a lone Tiger in double figures right now.
It's okay, Dave. We're forgive you this once.
Yeah. Jesse Battle. Joey, 3-pointer put up by Joey Duke. No good. Eddie Brown with a rebound. Trey Killens with the basketball. To Tyler Gluch, back to Trey Killens. Past Eddie Brown, out to Grayson Sterry, long 3. Grayson Sterry with a 3, nothing but net. Tigers up 12, 11:55 to play.
Ohio Wesleyan there on defense went to a zone, and Wittenberg, that's their bread and butter when they're going up against a zone because they can penetrate the middle, they can finish on the inside. They are a great unselfish basketball team. They can shoot well on the outside. If you go to a zone against Wittenberg 9 times out of 10 is going to beat you on that. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the first possession that Ohio Wesleyan of the entire game goes to a zone, Wittenberg knocks down a 3.
Grayson Sterry fouled Henry Hinkle. Again, he put his arm on him, and they called that the other way. So they're calling it both ways. And Henry Hinkle, man, and he's such a good driver. Like I said, when he gets that lane, Henry Hinkle with the basketball right now. Henry Hinkle still with the drive. In the lane. Goes up. Shot. No good. Rebound Dawson Scott. Good drive. Just couldn't finish that one off. Trey Killens over to Grayson Steary. Steary drives. Dishes out to Eddie Brown. Tyler Glooch. Three-pointer. Tyler Glooch no good. Rebound Grayson Steary. Shot no good. Tip. Up and in. Tip by Dawson Scott, I think, got that one.
I think it was actually Tony Carter of Ohio Wesleyan
you think?
that put the ball in the wrong bucket, but Scott was the closest one. He's going to be the one credited with that bucket, and that'll be his first bucket of the afternoon or evening.
14-point lead for the Tigers. Bounce pass, almost stolen by Dawson Scott. Dawson's really played well, and now he's hadn't scored a lot tonight, but he's out there, he's battling. Reese Mitchell back in the lineup for Ohio Wesleyan.
Especially with Dawson Scott, his emergence over the last month or so
Oh,
for the
wow.
Wittenberg Tigers.
They lost Henry Hinkle, I'm sorry. He had an easy layup and missed it. Got the rebound, missed the rebound. You're not going to see that happen too often, Jackson.
Wittenberg, remember last time they played Ohio Wesleyan here at Wittenberg University exactly a month ago. It was right around this time of the game where they started to finally pull away, and it's the same story here. Can they keep their foot on the gas?
Three-pointer, Trey Killens, up and in. Tigers up 17, 56-39, 10:25 to play in the ball game.
Dave, how about this? A 15-0 run from the Wittenberg Tigers just over the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. It was 41-39, wasn't it? Cole Messler shot, rejected by Eddie Brown. Trey Killens with the basketball. Over to Grayson Steary, three on the way, up and in. Tigers up 20, 59-39.
Wow. I mean, just incredible plays, and not just plays that will solidify your spot in this game, but plays that get the crowd involved. The block by Eddie Brown. Then at the other end, the little tip drill for the assist to Stewie. Wittenberg, they're firing on all cylinders, Dave.
Joey Duke missed a shot, and finally Tony Carter finally hits a three.
And that's a big-time shot for Ohio Wesleyan to end the run, get some confidence back, and number one, silence this Wittenberg crowd. But now you got to get a defensive stop. Wittenberg scores here. Momentum shifts quickly right back to the Tigers.
59-42 now. Tigers up 17. Biggest lead, of course, been 20. Grayson Steary dishes off. Tyler Glooch going to drive. Put up a shot off the glass. No good. Rebound Tony Carter.
He was going for the dunk there. He wants this crowd back in the game.
By the way, after that last Grayson Steary three, I mean, the Wittenberg fans were on their feet and the High Wesleyan fans were really quiet. Getting fouled right there is Reese Mitchell. He's going to go to the foul line. Reese Mitchell on the year, 3 for 4, so this is only going to be his 5th and 6th free throws coming up. Now, the last thing you want if you're Wittenberg is to get complacent if you got this big 20-point lead. So that was an 18-0 run, correct, Jackson?
Yeah.
Free throw too strong?
Yeah, 18-0 run within just a couple of minutes. It just goes to show you how high-powered and how incredible this Wittenberg offense can be. And again, it all sparks from the defensive side. You go look at the turnover numbers. Well, Ohio Wesleyan, they've turned over the ball quite a bit here in the second half. Wittenberg has yet to have a turnover in the second half. Hopefully the jinx doesn't come into play. But Wittenberg just able to show off their high-powered engine on the offensive side. And when they're hitting on all cylinders, I mean, they're on.
Reese Mitchell hit the second free throw. David Rice back in the ballgame, along with Isaac Ward, and entering the lineup, Matt Butler for the first time. And now going up, Dawson Scott, and he is fouled by David Rice. That's going to be David Rice's 4th foul. Wow. David Rice on the evening. I don't think he scored. He's got 4 points. Dawson Scott going for 2. Free throw up and in. Dawson on the year, 68% free throw shooter. Cam Harrison back in for Trey Killens. Going to give Trey a well-deserved rest. We've got 8:45 left to play in our ball game. Don't forget, we've got the women's quarterfinal game coming up next against Kenyon. Dawson Scott hits them both. So Dawson Scott now with 4 points, or is that 3 points? Looking on here, maybe. But I thought he got a basket a little bit ago, so I think he's got 4 points.
I think it's just 2. I don't think they did.
Oh, so they didn't give him that one basket then. Remember you were saying you thought they gave him the basket?
I thought that's how it would work. I guess Even I could be wrong sometimes.
Yeah, we'll forgive you. We'll forgive you. Matt, I think that was Matt Butler just scored that bucket. Wait and see.
Big possession for the Tigers. You can't get complacent. Up by 16 here, but still 8 minutes left to go. We saw Wittenberg go on that 18-0 run just within the last couple of minutes. But who's not to say Ohio Wesleyan could do the same? If you're Wittenberg, you cannot get complacent, and you cannot become happy with this 16-point lead. You have got to keep your foot pedal on the metal, and you have got to keep on their throats, and you have got to continue to play your style of basketball because this one's far from over.
By the way, that was David Rice got that last shot, and it was a really nice assist from Joey Duke. Nice pass, Tyler Gluch to Dawson Scott. Now he has 4 points. Dribble, Joey Duke. Matt Butler going to put up a three from the corner. No good. Rebound, Cameron Harrison.
And Wittenberg right now, they're just running Ohio Wesleyan completely out of town. And it's the tempo. They've controlled the tempo this entire second half. I just mentioned that Wittenberg, they have the deeper bench, and it's starting to play a factor because Ohio Wesleyan, down on the floor, they look gassed.
Grayson Sterry thought about putting up a really long three. Thought better of it. Grayson Sterry with a drive. Dishes back out to Eddie Brown. 4 on the shot clock. Eddie Brown the lane, up and in. Eddie Brown now in double figures with 10.
Great possession there by the Tigers, not settling for any other shot until Eddie Brown was able to put it up and in. Nice shot there by Brown, and Eddie Brown in double digits now as well. Double-double for him as well.
Ohio Wesleyan cut it to 16. Now Wittenberg 4 in a row, back up to 20. Yeah, Eddie Brown.
10 points, 10 rebounds.
Good job by Eddie Brown. And driving in and going back the line for two is Reese Mitchell, where he is 1 for 2 from the foul line. That foul's on Tyler Gluch's third. We've got 6:53 left to play in our ball game. We'll leave it right here. And again, we look and see the Oberlin-Denison game start at 5:30. The other games didn't start till 7, so they're certainly in the first half. That would be Kenyon Wabash and DePaul and Worcester.
Worcester on top of DePaul right now, 21-15 with 6:36 to play in the first.
And DePaul about beat them at Worcester late in the season.
Winner of this game will travel to play the winner DePaul Worcester, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, and it'll either be at Wabash or at Worcester. I mean, if Wabash wins, they'll be playing the game at Wabash. If Wabash should be upset, the game will be at Worcester. All right, so 65-45, 6:53. Ken Jackson, been a delight working with you this year. You've done a great job, been fun.
It's been a wonderful time, Dave. And again, I appreciate you and everybody from Wittenberg, giving me this opportunity. And I remember back in November when I hopped on the mic with you for the first time, and I look back
I'm a
at
hard
that
guy
first
to work
broadcast.
with.
I look back at this first broadcast that we did to now, and we got the rhythm down. We got the flow. And you truly are a joy to work with, and you're one of my favorite people to work with, Dave.
The young guy and the old guy. Here we go.
It's been a great time working with you and calling games, and many more to the future.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm the old guy. Reese Mitchell, free throw up and in. But it's been a lot of fun working with Jackson all year. And everybody up here has done a great job. 65-46, Tiger lead at 19. Absolutely. Jackson, this came out of nowhere. This game was so tight. And like you said, Wittenberg went on that 18-0 run.
Dave, real quick, if you don't mind. We're the talent on the air, and we're the ones who are broadcasting the games to the viewers. But truly, it seems as if in the media world, the talent will get a lot of recognition. But I want to show some love to, all the production, all the producers, everybody that's been working up here, everybody that we've had running the production side this season, floor camera, the stat personnel. There's a lot more that goes into making a broadcast work, and truly without any of them to the right of us, we want to be here.
Absolutely. They've done a great job all year keeping us on. Kevin Fowler's done a good job when Kevin's here. Kevin's busy. Where's Kevin at tonight? He's probably got something else going on, right?
He's in Canton, Ohio doing the state swim meets.
Oh, how about that? All right, turnover Wittenberg. Wittenberg still up 19. We've gone under 6 minutes now. 5:55 to play. Henry Hinkle. Out to Tony Carter. Back to Isaac Ward. Three-pointer on the way from left-hander. In and out. I thought it was going back in again. It did roll out finally.
Third time's not a charm
Yeah,
for Ohio Wesleyan.
Been a tough night for them. They're 6 of 26 from beyond the arc. Wittenberg 8 of 12. Wow, they are on fire. 67% from beyond the arc. Nice pass to Dawson Scott by Trey Killens, but Tony Carter steals it, knocks it away as he was going up. Turnover Wittenberg. Henry Hinkle with the basketball. Henry Hinkle to Matt Butler. Matt Butler, just a sophomore. Matt Butler with a layup. Nice pass to him by Henry Hinkle. And 65-48, 17-point lead, Tigers. And we're just about ready to hit the 5-minute mark. In fact, there we are, 5 minutes. Under 5 now. Trey Killens with the basketball. Over to Dawson Scott. Over to Cam Harrison. Cam Harrison with the basketball. Going to drive. Floater in the lane, no good, but Cam got fouled, so he's going to go to the line for 2. So for Cam Harrison, he is still 4 for 5 from the field because that won't count as a shot. He got fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2 free throws, where he is 1 for 1 tonight. And Cameron Harrison from the free throw line this year is cool 75%. Again, you strive to hit 70. Boy, nothing but net for Cameron Harrison. They got to have nightmares about him in Delaware. I mean, because that young man, when the Ohio Wesleyan's out there, he comes to play.
And he's got, I don't know what it is. He just has something against Ohio Wesleyan. I can't explain it, but he plays his best games against Ohio Wesleyan. And, you know, Cameron Harrison's such a special player for Wittenberg. One thing with Wittenberg, take a look at the stats.
Both free throws in, by the way.
13 of 14 from the free throw line today. They have shot terrific from the line, shooting 93%. And you know the saying, games are won or lost at the free throw line, and that's certainly playing a factor in this one.
Henry Hinkle shot in. He's got now 17 points. You know this Ohio Wesleyan team, though, they're young. They've only got 3 seniors, and the 3 seniors they have, Tony Carter's one starts, shot no good by Daniel Asher, rebound. So I think Ohio Wesleyan Mike DeWitt could have something going on in the future here.
I mean, Henry Hinkle, just a junior. David Rice, a junior. Isaac Ward, a sophomore. Jesse Battle, we've called his name a lot tonight, just a sophomore. A very bright future for Ohio Wesleyan. Wouldn't surprise me to see them grow into being one of the top teams next season in the NCAC.
Nice drive by Isaac Ward. He finds the lane, goes in for easy layup with the left hand, and now the Tiger lead at 15. 67-52, but there's just 3:45 left to play.
Again, you can't get complacent.
Right.
15-point lead with still 3:40 left to go. That still is time for Ohio Wesleyan. Now, if Ohio Wesleyan wants to capitalize on this, they've got to get going right now, but it's still time for Ohio Wesleyan. So Wittenberg, again, this is where you have to finish the game.
All right, we've got a timeout. We're going to take one more break here with 3:36 left to play. Wittenberg going on to a 15-point lead. Hopefully, it looks like Wittenberg going to be moving on to Friday night. And again, Mike DeWitt and his kids, I think he's got a good future over there in Delaware.
Absolutely.
We'll be back after this.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
All right, back here at Pam M. Smith Arena. Again, if Wabash wins tonight, the tournament's going to shift to Wabash. If Worcester should win tonight, the tournament will shift to Worcester. And somehow Worcester and Wabash both got upset. Well, hey, how about that? The games this weekend will be here at Wittenberg. Trey Killens with the basketball. Going to drive. He is fouled going in. But that's only the 6th foul on Ohio Wesleyan. I don't think that's going to be a shooting foul. Yeah, they did say it's going to be out of bounds. He was on a drive. He got fouled before he put a shot up. 3:31 left to play, fresh 20 for the Tigers. 15-point lead. Trey Killens with the basketball. Trey in the ball game with 12 points. Shot put up, Cameron Harrison. Didn't get it. Daniel Asher with a rebound. Daniel goes up and in. Daniel Asher. Points number 4 and 5 for Daniel. As far as rebounding goes tonight, how about Eddie Brown, you talked about? He's got double-double, 11 rebounds. Now turnover, Ohio Wesleyan. Again, they only had 2 at halftime. Their turnovers now, still not bad, though. They're up to 6. Same as Wittenberg. I mean, that's I think teams would live with 6 for a whole game. And both teams have 6. Jeff Queen with the basketball. Jeff Queen to Trey Killens. Trey Killens kind of ran into somebody, but was able to control the basketball. And Tiger's still with it. Nice pass underneath. Well, thought it was, but it's going to be picked off. So that's Tiger's 7th turnover. Henry Hinkle. Nice dish off David Rice back to Henry Hinkle, and he missed the layup. Again, you're not going to see that too much with Henry Hinkle.
No, not at all. Great effort down low by Eddie Brown going to work, and it was Trey Killens who ultimately came in and disrupted through off the shot.
Nice steal by David Rice, and he dunks it. David Rice, I think, could have had a basket last time. He got just a little too overpassing there. I think he had a layup if he'd taken it. Isaac Ward tries to steal, misses it.
That's the only way that Ohio Wesleyan's going to be able to battle their way back into it with just a little over 2 minutes to play, 15-point lead. Wittenberg, take your time on these possessions, take the time down, and punch your ticket to the semifinals.
Trey Killens with the basketball. Trey Killens tries to knock it off the man's leg, but Henry Hinkle gets it, stays in. Henry's going to score, and he's fouled. So all of a sudden, the Wittenberg lead is going to be down to 12 if Henry Hinkle hits this one, and there's a minute 57 left. And I've seen enough basketball in my lifetime that you never know what can happen. I think you're going to get they're going to be sending Tigers a foul line. They're going to be hoping they're going to miss. And this could be an old-fashioned 3 coming up. This will be point number 20 for Henry Hinkle if he hits it.
Wittenberg, they got to find a way to hang on to the ball. I just said they can hang on to the ball and take the time down. They can put the game on ice. But if they don't take care of the ball and if they just are lackluster with the ball and turn it over like they have their previous couple of possessions, then crazier things have happened.
They take Daniel Asher out and put in Grayson Sterry, another ball handler. Cameron Harrison with the basketball. Cameron Harrison over to Jeff Queen, ahead to Grayson Sterry. Grayson Sterry to Trey Killens.
Great job there by Harrison, escaping the double team, finding it to Queen, and Harrison got to get out of it now.
Cameron Harrison. Bounce pass to Trey Killens. Trey's going to drive. 6 on the shot clock. Trey Killens out to Cam Harrison. Cam's going to put up a shot. Well, he can't get the shot off. Shot clock violation. But now Grayson Sterry with almost a nice steal. Are they calling a foul on Grayson Sterry? Wow. Oh, they're calling a foul on Ohio Wesleyan. Actually, I think that would have been a good no call. They were both jumping for the ball. I thought it, wow. But the official done, I think, nice job tonight. But I think that would have been a good no call. I don't think either player deserved a foul there. Kind of a wild pass for Ohio Wesleyan down court. Looked like Sterry was going to get it. Grayson Sterry, free throw on the way, up and in. Grayson on the year, 77% free throw shooter. Just a freshman. He's going to have a nice career here. Jackson.
Yeah, Grayson Sterry, and it's been great to see him grow over the season. You talk about Grayson Sterry and him only a freshman from Ashland, Ohio. He's a player that had to earn the minutes that he was given at the beginning of the season. He wasn't given many minutes, but his time, his role coming off the bench has just grown for the Wittenberg Tigers, and now he's number 1, number 2, or number 3 coming off the bench for the Wittenberg Tigers. And having a player like him coming off the bench that you can rely on certainly means a lot to Wittenberg. It's going to mean a lot for them moving forward, and it also builds a lot of confidence in Matt Croce in Grayson Sterry's development and what he's been able to see. Bright future ahead for Sterry.
71-57. Yeah, he's going to have it. He's up to 8 points now. There's 2 more players just a bucket away from joining double figures. Jeff Queen with 8, Grayson Sterry with 8. And by the way, for you Bishop fans, I know you're disappointed because it was such a close game at halftime. It's close starting into the second half till Wittenberg went on that 18-0 run. But again, I think they got a bright future.
A bright future. They're going to be back in this situation next season, and next season I have a strong suspicion that they're going to be hosting one of these games next season as well.
Isaac Ward, long three-pointer, no good, goes out of bounds. And now Mike DeWitt's going to do the class act. He's going to let kids come in that haven't played much this year. Coming in the lineup, Ryan Smuds. Also number 3, Gavin Geisel. Number 25, Anthony Mordini. Number 34, Jacob Zing, or is that 44? I don't have a 4. I wonder if that's Jacob Zing. Do you have a 44 in your roster?
Jacob Zing.
Okay, so he's wearing 44. And then number 23, Lucas Munch. So that's classy act by Mike DeWitt. Get his young men in.
Crochet will counter that as well. Checks in his bench. Good game from the Tigers. That emergence in the later stages of the second half, the story just like it was the last time that they played here at Wittenberg University and Pam Evans Smith Arena. How about this? The Tigers going to the semifinals for the NCAC.
Tanner Cooley for Wittenberg. Number 20, Landon Turnbull in there. We got Dean Tate, Landon Turnbull. Let's see.
Dean Tate, we haven't seen much of him today.
No.
He usually gets some valuable minutes coming off the bench, but we haven't seen him at all today up until now.
Brody Lai, Dean Tate, Javen Landers, Dalen Fullen, and Tanner Cooley. That's Dalen Fullen wearing number 20, they're saying. Now my roster said Landon Turnbull, but we'll go with what they have. Less than a minute to play. And now we have a foul on Tanner Cooley. Going to go to the line, Lucas Mooch. Lucas is 1 for 2 from the foul line this year. He's not shot a 3. He's only 0 for 1 from the field for the year. Lucas, just a sophomore, so you got a lot of young folks on this team. Lucas free throw on the way, up and in. Now 2 for 3 on the year. 40.8 seconds left to play. Second free throw on the way, up and in. So he's another lefty. They got a lot of lefties on the side Wesleyan team.
You know, I've been told that lefties, they shoot the best. They have the smoothest shot in basketball. Proven to be the case here tonight.
Yeah. Three-pointer on the way, no good. That was Javen Landers. Nice rebound by, well, we think it is Dalen Fullen, they say. Three-pointer put up, no good. Offensive rebound for the Tigers. 18 seconds to play. Let's see if they just dribble it out. No, they're going to throw up another 3. No good. That was Brody Lai. Okay, less than 10 seconds to play. I guess it's hard to ask the kids that haven't played much not to try and score. Three-pointer the other way, no good. Put up by Anthony Mordini. That's it, your final score in the men's game tonight. 71-59. Tigers with a big lead. They're going on, and they are going to play either DePaul or Worcester come Friday night. And depending on who wins, right now it's hard to say. If Wabash wins, that game will be at Wabash. If Worcester wins and Wabash loses, the game will be at Worcester. If both Wabash and Worcester lose, Wittenberg could be playing DePaul right here Friday night. Anyway, 71-59, your final thoughts on the game.
Wittenberg, it was a dogfight all the way up until about that 12.5-minute mark when they went on that 18-0 run. You take that out of it, it's a dogfight all the way to the end. But the Wittenberg Tigers, as soon as they amped up that defensive intensity, that's when they took control of this game, and ultimately they just wore out Ohio Wesleyan. Ohio Wesleyan, they're a team that has a very bright future, as we talked about. But Wittenberg, this is their season, and they've been saying that, it seems like, all year long. The Wittenberg Tigers now, unless there's any barring upsets, will have to hit the road, but they're going to the semifinals for the NCAC. Not much more you can ask for the Wittenberg Tigers.
Yeah, and Jackson, you hit around the head. That 18-0 run in the second half just turned the game around. For Ohio Wesleyan, they shot 37%, 22 of 60 from the floor. They shot Wittenberg 24-53, 45%. Wittenberg 8 of 15 beyond the arc, a sizzling 53%. You're happy with 35. They hit 53. Ohio Wesleyan 6 of 28 from beyond the arc, 21%. Ohio Wesleyan 9 of 13 on free throws, 69%. How about Wittenberg from the free throw line? 15 of 16, 94%, missed one free throw. Wittenberg did have 11 turnovers, 6 for Ohio Wesleyan. Points off turnovers, 9 for Ohio Wesleyan, 6 for Wittenberg. Wittenberg wins the rebounding battle by 10, 40-30. Offensive rebounds ever. Ohio Wesleyan won 9-8. Assists, Wittenberg 18, Ohio Wesleyan 12. Blocks, Ohio Wesleyan 3, Wittenberg 2. Steals 8-1 in favor of Ohio Wesleyan. Bench points 22-6 Wittenberg. Second chance points, Ohio Wesleyan 10-6. Points in the paint, Wittenberg 32 and Ohio Wesleyan 6. Fast break points, it was all tied 5-5. Let's take a look at your final unofficial. Well, this is official scoring. 2 points each for Ohio Wesleyan for Matt Butler, Lucas Munch, and Reese Mitchell. 7 points each for Tony Carter and Isaac Ward. 8 points for David Rice. 11 for Jesse Battle. And quite a player, Henry Hinkle. He finished tonight with 20 points. For the Wittenberg Tigers, scoring tonight, 4 points for Dawson Scott, 4 for Cal Bavanaugh, 5 for Daniel Asher, 6 for Tyler Galuch, 8 each for Grayson Sterry and Jeff Queen, 10 for Eddie Brown, 12 points put up by Trey Killens, and 14 by Cameron Harrison. So Wittenberg moving on. Do you have any updates on any of the scores there before we kick it off here?
Let me look.
We're going to check the men's score.
Jeopardy music.
We'll check the men's scores here real quick.
Dave, I'm already set up for the girls' side.
Oh, all right. Well, sorry about that. We'll check it here real quick, and we'll tell you what's going on. If you missed it, Denison beat Oberlin 78-62. Jackson gave us that one.
DePaul Worcester. Worcester
wow,
leads
how about
DePaul
that?
31-28.
And that game was close last time they played there.
At the intermission, and then between Wabash and Kenyon. Right now it is currently, I have to go to their live stats.
Check it out here.
It's loading. Wabash.
So right 50, now Worcester just 3-point lead.
From what I see, Wabash 55, Kenyon 29.
I think
half.
It looks like Wittenberg's going to Wabash on Friday night to play either DePaul or Worcester. So that one, you never know. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, it's going to be the Wittenberg women taking on the Kenyon Owls in our second quarterfinal. And unfortunately, our last broadcast of the year here from the home site at Pam Evans Smith Arena in Springfield. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be back in, let's see, about 15 and a half minutes. We'll be back with the pregame. All right, final score again in the men's game tonight. It was Wittenberg 71 and Ohio Wesleyan 59. We'll be back in about 15 minutes.